name's Will, and today we're going to go over profit loss statements and the budget. And I have prepared a couple of handouts for you to take a look at and go from there. So here we go. Our objectives today are going to be to learn how to read the budget and the profit loss and compare the two, and to go over sales, cost, and labor, and to see if there's any improvements that need to be made that we can help identify. Basically, profit loss statement is a roadmap to making money, just like a treasure map. It identifies your weaknesses, your strengths, and it helps you make money. Your boss wants to know this, anybody you have to report to wants to know this, and you need to know this so you know what's going on in your place of business. This is a budget and this is a profit loss statement. As you can see, they're broken down into categories of sales, product costs, labor costs. And then we have down here a bunch of indirect costs that we can't control. So the only ones we can control are direct labor, and then the food costs and the sales costs, or the sales. The first question that I always get is, did we make any money? Well, in order to know whether you make any money, you have to be able to read the statement. There are several areas in making money. It's not just a bottom line magic number saying, yeah, you made money. You need to figure out where you made money, where you didn't make money, where you can improve. So we'll take a look at the budget, and we'll start with food and beverage sales. The first line is food and beverage sales. So I've broken this down into where the budget's the top line, and the profit loss statement is the bottom line. So we're supposed to make $3,051,000. We only made $3,032,000, so we were short about $19,000 in what they projected for us to make for the year. Close, but no cigar. Food sales, though, on the other hand, food sales kind of rocked it. Food sales was above what our projected budget is. See, we did $2,300,000, and we were projected to do $2,274,000. So food was up about $26,000 over what they were projecting. That's nice. What happens though when you turn around and you look at beverage? Wow, beverage was supposed to make $779, and they only made $733. Something's going on. There's our first area that we've identified that's not making it. So we need to improve in our beverage area. So now if we break this down by quarters, you take a look at quarter one, and you look at food, that was pretty close, but you look at beverage, wow, what's going on with beverage? We were way short of meeting what we were supposed to in beverage sales. Same for quarter two, beverage sales didn't make it, but food was way above. And then food bounced back up below, but beverage was still below. And then beverage again, another like $10,000. Every quarter, beverage is down $10,000 or more. That's not a good thing. Our food sales are doing up, down, but holding, and actually up overall. Beverage, down. We got to figure out what's going on. That's a bad concern here. Beverage. So the cost of the products. This is everything from all the food that you bring in, all the beverage that you bring in, your linens, your napkins, tablecloths, everything that comes in the door. Broken dishes, if you have any, dishwashing detergent, bleach, etc. So when we take a look at the food cost versus the budget, we come in at $791,000 is what the budget said. Food costs only spent $723,000, so they saved a lot of money. They budgeted very well and spent wisely. So this is an area where we identified where we can actually commend somebody or department. They are doing a very good job by keeping up on the food cost. That's good. If they're the same people though that are doing beverage, we need to talk to them and find out what's going on with the beverage side. They're doing a great job on food. But beverages, ouch. They projected us only to spend $130, but we spent $182. So what is going on here? That's like $52,000. That's, wow, we need to figure it out. So that in itself is another identification of an area that we need to really drill down and take a look at. Go back to the department, watch your invoices, inventory it all the time, put some checks on it, figure out if the costing's too high, the budget projection's just too low, not reasonable. Things like that can also happen, but you need to drill down and communicate on what is going on. $52,000 is a lot of money to be down. So let's see where we can make a few improvements over the sales and the product. So the sales, the improvements can be made in the menu itself, maybe just incorporating drinks into the menu. But the bottom line is we need to sell more drinks itself, not just food, drinks. The drinks need to come up immensely. So the big thing to me is, do we not have enough selection? Do we not have what students are asking for? Students are trendy. They want to have certain drinks that are popular, that are trendy. They need energy drinks, they need coffee, they need pop. Pop's a dying thing, it seems like, but do we have what students want? This is the big thing. The next big thing to me is service. Are we not serving the students quick enough? Students need to be able to get in and out and go back to class. They need not to be boggled down. They need convenience. They like convenience. Do we not have things convenient for them? Students also would like to have fast service. If you go to a restaurant and you have bad service, you tell 10 friends, not one. If you have good service, maybe you might tell one. But if you have bad service, you'll tell 10. Just because. It's human nature. So if that's happening where we're working here at the Rainier Room, that's not a good thing. We need to turn that around and get them to praise us, and we need to have better service for praise. Better service, we'll sell more items, make more money, and increase sales. On the product side, they're doing a very good job on food. They need to drill down more on beverage and figure out, why is beverage such a hard thing? What is going on with this negative? So that's the one thing we need to really, really drill down on. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the labor. We have direct labor and indirect labor. The indirect labor, like I say, we're not going to worry about today. We're just going to worry about the direct labor and things that we can control. So what we can control is, our budget was $499,000. And we actually spent $508,000. I don't know what's quite happening here, but our sales were down. They didn't quite meet expectations, and our labor cost was higher than expected. So we are having scheduling issues. Something's going on here. So let's take a look at that. When we go into labor costs versus budget, and we're going to drill down and say, well, do we have too many people scheduled at slow times? Just too many people flat out scheduled, or too many just flat out? We got to work on scheduling. Is there too much overlap? Do we have people coming in and staying too long while the other people are leaving and not checking out, not clocking out? But our overlap here and there can cost a lot of hours. Do we have too many people working events? And the big thing here, do we have proper workflow? Are people working in their stations and working correctly? That's something we need to take a hard look at. And training, are they trained properly? Do they know how to do the job quickly and efficiently? And do they stay at it, or do they lose focus? The other big thing is morale. If you don't have good morale in your kitchen, that could be a killer too. You need to train and praise and go from a positive standpoint in the kitchen. You can't be a negative kitchen like a Gordon Ramsay or something like that. That generally is detrimental to your kitchen. Good morale will save money. So overall, what we're looking at with the P&L and the budget is that with the comparison, our sales are $19,000 under what the projection said it should have been, with the food being at a plus 26, but the beverage being at a minus 45. Overall, that's kind of good, but we need to figure out why that minus 45 is there and try to turn that to a 0-0 or a plus 45 would be fantastic. Product cost under $15,000 under budget. Like I say, the food is 67 under. but 52 over in beverage. If it was just even, wow, that would look really good. Labor, $9,000 over. So somehow we got to streamline the labor, come up with a smoother workflow, or better training. So the things to evaluate for next year's budget is the menu. You need to incorporate drinks into the menu, because the bottom line is we really, really need to sell more drinks. We're not selling enough drinks. We need to either incorporate drinks, we need to find drinks, we need to have better service, we need to get it out. Those people need to have their drinks. And you can't tell me that the college students aren't drinking anything. I see them walking around with water bottles, coffees all the time. So do we just not have that they're looking for? The brands are trendy. I don't know. We got to figure out what's going on there. Product costs, they need to stay in line, and we need to figure out what is going on with the beverage. I can't say that enough because I'm concerned with the beverage. Labor costs, we need to smooth the workflow out and better schedule. And I'm sure we can get that in a better line. In conclusion, the Rainier is running really close to the projected budget, just a little bit under. A few tweaks here and there. By reading profit loss statements and reacting to them, they could make a little bit more money and be at their projected budget, or maybe even above, and make even more. And so, are there any questions? If not, thank you very much and have a good day.